Growing up, why was Owen Hart your guy?
So I have a brother that's 10 years older than me. And, you know, as brothers do, we'd fight a lot when we were kids, you know? And because he was 10 years older than me, he was a lot stronger than me. So he would, you know, he always won. Let's put it that way. So when I was younger, I couldn't help but have a bit of a resentment towards him, which is not the case. You know, I love him. But, you know, when you're a kid, you feel differently about things. And I remember, so I watched WrestleMania 11. And I liked Bret Hart enough after WrestleMania 11. But then I started going backwards and watching the shows that were before WrestleMania 11. I rented all the tapes. And I believe it was Royal Rumble of that same year. Bret's wrestling Diesel. And in the match, he tries to tie Diesel's legs up with the camera wires. And to me, that's cheating. He's cheating. This is terrible. Why is he cheating? And then Owen comes into frame to try to fight Bret. And to me, I'm like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Trying to keep him from cheating. And he's the younger brother trying to like fight off the older brother. So I was like, Owen Hart's my guy. Like that was it, you know, it was like the dynamic between me and my older brother and him and his older brother is what made me like him at first. And then obviously he was an incredible wrestler and very charismatic, very entertaining. So yeah, I just became a huge fan of his.
And your name is a tribute to him. If you couldn't be Kevin Owens in WWE, what was your name going to be?
I don't really know. So my name is actually, so we also share the same birthday. And when Owen passed away, I remember thinking, if I ever have a son, I'm going to call him Owen. And then, you know, several years passed, obviously. And then in 2007, my wife got pregnant. And thankfully, she was on board with calling him Owen, which was even crazier because we visited an apartment that we were going to move into while she was pregnant. And the tenants that lived there previously had left some stuff behind. And on the door of what was going to be our son's bedroom was like in letters, like wooden letters that they had put on the door, was the name of the kid that was there previously. And the name was Owen.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like, she was like, that definitely has to be his name. I'm like, yeah, all right. So it's actually more of a tribute to my son, but my son's a tribute to Owen, you know? So it's actually Triple H who suggested I be Kevin Owens. We were going back and forth on names and nothing really sounded right. And then one day Hunter just said, what? Because I had pitched some Owen something. And he's like, what about Kevin Owens? I'm like, yeah, I love it. So we went with it. And I remember after it kind of, I guess WWE trademarked it. So, you know, the websites found out about it and it started going online. Obviously, it's going to be Kevin Steen's name. I got to the performance center and for some reason I forgot my key card. So I had to go through the front and I'm waiting for somebody to open the door. And the door swings open and it's Dusty. And he's walking in front of me. And he goes, Kevin Owens, huh? And I go, yeah, you like it? And he goes, nope. Who came up with it? I go, Triple H. And he goes, I love it. Yeah, he was the best, man. But yeah, so that was it from then on.
Were you watching Over the Edge in 99 live?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. It was really rough.
Yeah.
The next night was crazy too for a kid at that point. For me, I was, and you know, you could ask anyone that knew me back then, and like my dad, especially, like he said it in interviews before that he's done for WWE. From the time I was 11, when I saw WrestleMania 11, to, I mean, from the rest of my life, all I cared about was wrestling. I stopped playing other sports when I discovered wrestling. I couldn't care less about anything else. That's all I did 24/7. That's it. That was it. I never got in trouble when I was a kid because I couldn't get in trouble. I was at home watching wrestling. Like my parents knew where I was all the time. I was watching wrestling. That's all I did. So to me, all these wrestlers were the most important people in my life. They were like my friends. And I remember the night after on Raw when they're celebrating Owen's life and everybody's talking about how a great guy he was and everything. And they're all just, you know, pouring their hearts out. It was so, I mean, it felt like I lost a friend, you know? And I think a lot of people probably felt that way. And the same thing, you know, when Eddie Guerrero passed and all that stuff, like you watch you watch these guys for so long, you know, you just become so attached to them. And I just can't imagine what and you know, I've discussed this with people that knew him. I've talked about Owen with people that knew him and met him. And yeah, he just seems like a very, very special person. And I just can't imagine how hard it was to lose him that way for all those guys and all those people, and obviously his family as well. I just can't even imagine, you know?